Danielle, what I like about that is that there are people on city council who don't necessarily agree with each other.
Yeah.
But they agree to put
this case.
Yes, they put everything aside and they work together for a very good cause.
Very good cause, and it makes it really fun too to do that. Okay. When we talk about the weather forecast, I want to have a bit of a disclaimer here for you. We have a warm up in store for us. Yes, especially by next week, you'll feel it. The difference is all the models are in complete disagreement. And so how much of a warm up will we see? Well, I'm going to give you my best estimate in a little bit. -9 is the base temperature. It feels more like -15 at the airport. Downtown, base temperature of -8. And Big Four Motors, Calgary's original Jeep store in Morin-Tazaw Park, is at -9. Similar things as we head through tomorrow, even a little colder, daytime high of -13. Small chance of seeing a snowflake or two, but nothing really to worry about through this evening and tomorrow. Just mainly cloudy skies for the most part. All right, we'll talk about that warm-up, that somewhat warm-up coming up, Ian.
Danielle, I had no idea there's this big debate going on in the weather world.
Yeah, it's a big one.
They're arguing with each other.
It's a big one. It's pretty serious.
Oh.
When you consider how hot is it going to get next week?
Right.
It's a big question.
Okay.
That's important to a lot of people. And, you know, how much snow is going to melt, all of those kinds of things. There's a huge discrepancy in the models. Some models saying early next week will be at 16, 17 degrees. Some models saying just +1. Here's your Capital Chev Skycam. We have a couple snowflakes falling. We're not looking at any real accumulation from this. Just a few snowflakes here and there. It's very isolated as well. And this will pretty much be done in the next hour or so. But it is reducing visibility a little bit out there on the roads. Okay, with the wind chill, feels like -14 in Calgary. Again, the wind chill values are in the blue here. Feels more like -25 in Pincher Creek because it's certainly windier right now in Pincher Creek. And -15 is what it feels like in Lethbridge and Medicine Hat. So we're dealing with wind chill. We're dealing with temperatures well below normal. For example, today's high in Calgary was -9. A normal daytime high for this time of year is 0. We're going to get above 0. Some models saying just barely, and some models saying by quite a lot. I'm going to show you my 10-day trend in just a second. But before we get there, here's this little blip of snowfall. We talked about this yesterday. A couple snowflakes here and there. Not looking at any real accumulation. Some communities will see anywhere from 1 to 2 centimeters. We have that possibility in Calgary, but looks like for most areas in Calgary, it's just a light dusting. And then it's pretty much out of the way. Now we're going to get a ridge of high pressure building in later this week, and that's going to keep all the moisture up and around us. So while central and northern Alberta will be dealing with some things, we will just get the cloud cover in the Chinook Arch building in by the weekend and even earlier. So we might even see that start to build in on Friday as well. So mainly cloudy skies for tomorrow. Small chance of a couple snowflakes peeking in, but again, nothing significant, nothing to really talk about with regards to that. The big talk in weather right now, the temperature and how much is this Chinook machine going to kick in for us. Here's your Capital Chev 5-day forecast. -13 is a high for tomorrow with the wind chill. It'll feel like -18, -19 throughout the day. -10 is a high base temperature for Friday and for Saturday. Now where we get into this discrepancy is by the weekend. So we'll start to get the winds out of the west. We'll have the Chinook Arch build, or the Chinook Arch move on in. So mainly cloudy skies for the weekend, and we'll have this ridge of high pressure build its way in. So what I'm going to go with right now is -4 for Sunday. By Monday, +4. And let me give you that Capital Chev 10-day trend here for you so you can get an idea of the most likely scenario at this point. Of course, I'm going to keep my eye on this and keep you posted throughout the rest of this week. But by Monday, again, +4. Tuesday, 10 degrees, and we should remain above the freezing mark for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week.
We're about to turn the corner on our weather by about late Sunday or so.
Yeah. Sunday, you'll definitely, in fact, the weekend, you'll notice a difference.
Oh, good.
Saturday and Sunday, that Chinook Arch will start to build in. You know, you may get those headaches. But cold for the next couple of days here. -9 is the current temperature. Normal is 0. All right, looking at that Capital Chev 5-day forecast for you. The next 3 days, temperatures in the minus double digits, but we start our increase especially by Sunday, Ian.
A few snowflakes fell around Calgary this afternoon. Let's check in with Danielle. Is that it for the evening, or should we expect a little more?
A little more. more. You probably can't see it on the camera here, but there are a couple little snowflakes falling, and we're not expecting any real accumulation with this, just a light dusting. Some isolated areas in Calgary could get a centimeter or two by the time this is all said and done, but it's starting to fizzle out at this point anyway. So this is not like the last round, of course, of snow. -10 is the base temperature with the wind chill. It feels closer to -11 at the moment. We're looking at wind chill values tomorrow between -18 and -19. So it's another cold one tomorrow, mainly cloudy skies. It will warm up, and I will say this, there's quite a discrepancy in what this warm up is going to look like for next week. We'll talk more about that coming up, Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. Let's take a closer look at the forecast. Danielle is back with us now for our 5-day look ahead.
Yeah, and I'll say this, we do have a warm-up in store for us that will start to kick in late weekend, and that will really impact us next week. There's quite a discrepancy in how much it will warm up because none of the models are agreeing on this right now. So I will keep you posted throughout the next couple of days as we get closer, and I'll give you the most likely scenario coming up here. All right, first focusing on where we're at right now. Our high was -7, normal is 0. So we're certainly below normal, and it's certainly chilly out there. -12 is what it feels like with the wind chill in Calgary at the moment. -24 in Claresholm, -22 in Pincher Creek, -15 in Medicine Hat. We talked about this blip of snow for today. Again, this is nothing significant, nothing like the last round, and it's already starting to die out for most areas, Calgary included, but we do still have some light snow in the city, reducing visibility a little bit at the moment, making roads a little slick at the moment in some spaces, but as you can see, this is starting to move on out. We could just get that light dusting up to 2 centimeters before it's all said and done in isolated parts of Calgary, but again, this is not a significant snowfall for us, and we're almost done with it. All right, looking at tomorrow, this all clears out except for the clouds. We're looking at mainly cloudy skies throughout the day tomorrow. There should be some peaks of sunshine here and there, but mainly cloudy. All right, let's talk about, well, just the next 5 days. First, we'll start there. Capital Chev 5-day forecast showing you cold for at least the next 2 days. -13 is a high for tomorrow. With the wind chill throughout the day tomorrow, it will feel between -18 and -19. So it's a cold day tomorrow, cold for Friday, -double-digit high for Friday as well. Saturday, -10, we may get a little warmer than that. We'll have the winds out of the west start to kick in. We'll have the Chinook arch start to build in for the weekend, but we likely won't feel the warmth until Sunday. -4 is a high for Sunday. We should get to +4 by the time we get into Monday. Tuesday of next week likely will be in the plus double digits. I'll show you that Capital Chev 10-day trend in just a little bit. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. I can just imagine what a great day.
Love it. Yeah.
Love it. Well, there are a lot of products in the market that are supposed to make life easier, but they don't always work. Poor guy. I mean, he gets the gist of it. He knows how to get the water from the fountain. He's just not quick enough to catch it. So just like little bursts, but not big enough to quench his thirst.
Just sit on that thing.
That's probably what he needs to do. Exactly. Like, he gets the concept, but
He probably stayed there all day too, right?
oh, poor guy. Well, it's great to have an outgoing dog that makes friends easily, but you do have to be a little careful. Oh. Okay, so this part's no problem. The dog comes in the usual way, how he always does, but he brought a friend this time.
Oh, boy.
Boy.
Yeah, that's a deer.
Wow,
Yeah.
cute.
And they are friends, very calm with each other. Kind of seems like maybe the deer has done this before. Like,
The other dog didn't seem too surprised, right? Is there
No.
another dog I saw?
They invited him over for dinner.
yeah, I kind of think maybe when no one's home, the deer's over there all the time. He's like, oh,
Probably.
I've been on your couch lots. I hang out here all day. Well, finally, sometimes to get something precisely right, you have to have a sharp eye. Or in this case, eyes. Threading a needle is never easy, but at least this feline has both eyes on the prize.
That's what they call focus.
So focused and almost even cross-eyed.
He is a bit cross-eyed there, yes. Poor guy. He's like, I'm trying to help you out here, but...
All right, here's your Capital Chev Skywatch camera, and it's cold out there, you know. I mean, It's almost December, so of course it's cold. But yes, it's certainly well below normal for this time of year, and we're going to hold on to these colder temperatures for the rest of the work week into parts of the weekend. And then we got to talk about the warm-up, because there's a huge discrepancy in the models. Some models suggesting a massive warm-up for next week, and others just a slight warm-up just above the freezing mark. So we'll get into all the details here. At this point, though, it feels like -12 in Calgary with the wind chill. It feels well into the -20s with the wind chill. Claresholm in through Pincher Creek. So yeah, it's a chilly day out there, of course, and it will continue to be for the next couple of days. Medicine Hat feels more like -15. There's that little blip of snow we talked about. Most communities just a little light dusting, a little quick burst, nothing like the last round of snow that we had. But we are looking at some communities, isolated areas, picking up about 1 to 2 centimeters of snow. This is just an evening thing. It's over and done with tonight. All right, so we have the cloud cover for the BC side, as you can see, and temperatures just above that freezing mark for Kelowna. Edmonton -17, so much colder air here. And central Alberta, parts of northern Alberta, will get some snowfall tomorrow. That should be held off to the north for us. In the south, we're just dealing with the cloud cover and the cold. -13 as a high for Calgary for tomorrow, and Lethbridge -12 for Medicine Hat. Looking at the upper air analysis in this longer range trend here, we will get this ridge of high pressure building its way in. This ridge, though, it's creating a bit of discrepancy in temperatures. So Capital Chev 10-day trend, here's the most likely scenario. By Sunday, -4, which is still a little below normal, but +4 for Monday, and Tuesday, the warmest of the next 10. Likely we'll get to 10 degrees, Tara.
We'll take it. It just makes sense.
Seems like a perfect fit.
This is the perfect fit.
Yes.
Agreed.
All right, so let's talk about the warm-up here, or the somewhat warm-up. Okay, big discrepancy in the models. We will get warmer temperatures next week, but we may not get the high teens and 20s that some of these models are suggesting. So still cold for the next couple of days at least. Saturday, that warmer air will likely be stuck in the upper levels, and then it'll likely start to make its way in on Sunday. So by Sunday, -4, Monday +4, Tuesday, we may even get to those plus double digits, 10 degrees. So that's an indication of warmer things to come, everybody.
That's nice.
Weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors. Crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. Now, Chris sent this picture in. His little buddy is Logan here in Chaparral, so in the southeast in Calgary. An ARC's rescue, and this is Logan's first snowfall from what I'm reading. So just a mountain of fun, right?
I wonder if he just stopped dead in his tracks, because he's like, what is this wondrous thing?
What magical.
Because dogs either love or hate the snow, right?
Yep,
so maybe he's like,
very true, yeah.
I'm either going to shove my head right into this snowbank, which I know a few dogs love to do, or he's looking for a blanket. Thanks for your company tonight. Have a great evening.